We got it off. You can see I got it numbered there, got that numbered there. There's the new one. There's also a little gasket, and here's the rotor. So to get the gasket off, I used a screwdriver. It's right here. Peeled that off. So that'll come out. And make sure this coil is still present there. And then we're going to use the short screwdriver. You can see there's a screw somewhere. The thing spins around, so it might not always be there, but for me it's right there. So I'm going to unscrew that. Take that off and replace it. So I took the old rotor button off and I replaced the O-ring or gasket, whatever you want to call it. Put this back on. There's a screw there. Make sure it lines up. You might have to turn the engine a couple times so it lines up with this space where a screwdriver can fit. Now, my old rotor button didn't come off too easy. I had to break it. Didn't come off as easy as it was on YouTube. Both rotors together. Now, as I said, I marked them, so I'm going to take my number 4 and put it on number 4. And so on and so forth. I guess sometimes the wires are numbered. I just took extra precaution, and I'm just going to move them all there, fit it back on, and then plug the corresponding numbers into the corresponding matching number. Mine were not in any order. I just did it for myself. Last one goes here. I noticed, and then I removed the stickers. I actually took this cover off for the air filter. That'll be the next thing I change. It was easier to get to that one. Alright, so next, air filter. Easiest thing to do. Just pull it out, put the new one in. I used a vacuum to clean that out. There's some sand in there. And put the new filter in. Goes in basically just one way. Well, I guess 2 ways. There's a rectangle, slightly rectangle. And then just put the housing on. Good to go. Next, fuel filter. So the fuel filter, top one's 17, bottom one's 14. I put a towel beneath because a little fuel is going to spill, and then kind of both just bring them together. Loosen it up. I recommend doing both, at least holding both at the same time, because this housing can move if you just try to do one at a time. So, all right. So now I'm going to take it off. The battery, it was just 10s, and I actually removed the battery harness. As another 10, then I removed this thing that holds the fuel filter in. So that's another 10 harness, 10mm. Now it's just in there, where the bottom is a 14 and the other one's 19. I don't have a 19 or a 3/4. So it all depends on what kind of tools you got. So I gotta figure it out. I got it loose. I actually went and borrowed a 3/4 inch. For the bottom. You must do this. It's just too hard, or at least mine was. I actually removed the housing. It goes somewhat like that. So I removed the housing, and I used a 3/4 and a 14. Here's the new one. I had the 3/4 here and the 14 on the line, and then I just squeezed them together with one hand. Took forever. It came loose. Now to put everything. Put the new one on. Put the housing back on. Put the battery back in. That shouldn't have took that long. Sure didn't look that hard on YouTube. Alright, so we got it. Remember, this can only go on one way. This thing sticks in there, and then you gotta have this lip there for your fuel line. There's a right there, washer on there, make sure you got that on there. Slips in there like that. Tighten it up, it's 17mm. And then put the battery housing back on, battery back in, and you're good to go. Next, finally, is the PCV valve, which should be the trickiest. God, I hope not.